So I want to start this episode out by wishing my mom a very happy birthday. It's October 15th. She turned 69 today. So happy birthday, Mom, if you're watching.
Oh, happy birthday, Chris's mom.
She watches you too. She knows you. She asks how you doing.
Oh, well, we're doing very well.
Yes, more than Wendy Williams. So she will not be coming out next Monday. Well, this coming Monday, like I said in our last show. And Leah Remini will be hosting that entire week in her place. She's going to have guest hosts.
Yes, but it's the Wendy Williams show. How long are we going to have guest hosts on it? I mean, we had, who's that white guy that they keep trying to jam in places?
Yes, he's married to Rebecca.
Jerry O'Connell.
Jerry O'Connell, yeah. So on the first episode, they're going to have like a panel. And the panel is going to be Bevy Smith, Michael Yo, Devin Simone, and Elizabeth Wagmeister. So they're going to do like a panel including Leah Remini, like the talk style.
Well, I guess that's one way for them to fish and see what the audience is looking for, since Wendy doesn't seem to be coming back.
Right. The only reason they're doing this is because, I mean, Wendy has so many people riding on her health right now, like staffs of people. So I feel bad for the people that work at the Wendy Williams show. Like, could you imagine just working not knowing if you're going to have a job or not in a year or in the coming weeks?
That's television, kind of.
Well,
because you never know if you're going to survive season to season. So it's always like a few, like at most you're getting like a 3-year renewal, like, which is what she got the last time.
Yeah, but like how, like this season was supposed to start back in September. So just to be like that unaware of what's going on, I would have been sent out my resume when she fell to the ground in that Statue of Liberty outfit. No shade.
I think that the panel will go well. I enjoy Leah Remini. I really do. But they just need to stop calling it the Wendy Williams show and just call it like the Random Talk Hour. Whoever, like, you know what it should be called? Let's throw something to the wall and see what sticks.
I think that's what they're doing. I just think they need to pay their staff, and they're just doing whatever it takes. I'm telling you, it's going to be Weekend at Bernie's soon, very soon. Like, they're just going to be like, you know what? You have this disease, but we're going to just send you out there anyway. They don't care about her well-being, it looks like.
And that is the worst part of all of this. It's like, it was fun. It was funny for a moment, like, okay, she passed out, but it's clear that they are Weekend at Bernie's it. And it seems very unseemly.
Right.
Just to keep propping her up out there. And somebody also needs to tell her, girl, sit down.
She has enough money.
Right. She has money. This is wearing on her too much.
Adele's song came out yesterday. It's called Easy on Me. And we also got an album date coming too. It's November 19th. So the girls have been put on notice. I personally like the song. I heard it. It was absolutely beautiful. Like the video, everything. I'll get your opinion because some people are like, oh, it's the same Adele, but...
That's how I feel. It's the same Adele. It was a cute song, but it's just been done before. It's like, okay, piano power ballad. We know you can do that. You do it very well, but it would have been nice to get something different.
I think that she just knows how to stay in her lane. And I appreciate that. And I just feel some people nowadays, like all you need is a piano and a microphone. And that says a lot about her talent. Like she doesn't need to start pussy popping or add a reggaeton beat to it. Like she can just, have her classic music, and her fan base is it expounds like through race, everything. Race, age, culture.
I heard the song and it was pretty, but it just felt like the same thing over and over. And it's not like, maybe if she just experimented with some different instruments, like, can we get a cello, a violin, A harp, maybe, just always the same piano ballad.
Well, I'm hoping that, the album, she said it's a little different, I think. It's dealing with her divorce. So it's going to be sad.
All of her music is sad. She said that herself. They're all breakup albums. They're all breakup ballads.
There's some songs where you can shimmy though.
I mean,
rumor has
rolling in the deep can kind of get you a little rolling in the deep. But other than that,
rumor has it.
Okay, rumor has it. We'll also get the shoulders going.
Oh, and cold shoulder. I'm not sure if you know old Adele, like from 19.
No, I didn't get into her until I think 21.
Oh, okay. That's the Adele that I knew. So 50 Cent is attacking Lil' Kim unwarranted again. I'm not sure why he likes to just poke fun at so many Black women, but again, 50 Cent trolled Lil' Kim on the outfit she wore, and he put her side by side to the leprechaun from the horror movies. You know when he's in the hallway and he has like that little boot?
The kitty heels.
Yes. And he put a side by side with Lil' Kim. And I'm just like, where did this come from? Like, and you had to post it publicly?
50 Cent needs to take that anger and go to a therapist, because you've already isolated yourself from your children. Then you wanted to make fun of Naturi Naughton, who is the star of the show you produce, and now you're going after Lil' Kim.
Again.
And let's not forget, he's going after Tierra Marie. Tierra Marie's somewhere hiding right now.
Wait, they're still going at it?
Yep. He's still chasing her for that money.
It's funny, like, that girl who sued the game, who went on his game show? Like,
yes, she's been trying to collect that $7 million for a minute, and now she's trying to have his house seized.
Yeah, so he's been trying to, like, I don't know what made me think of that, but like, he's been putting different amounts of money in different shell companies.
And he's been using his manager to funnel money as well.
Yes. Like, he's giving her the runaround. Just like Tierra Marie.
Tierra Marie tried to sue 50 Cent, and she was basically pulling a fast one, because she was saying that he put out the revenge pictures about her, and he actually didn't, because it was through like her ex-boyfriend. The lady that sued the game.
Well, she was sexually harassed.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, that's a different setup.
That's true, but like Tierra Marie, she kind of asked for it.
She played in court. Tierra Marie played it. That's why I don't play in court, because Tierra Marie played in court and she lost big. But she doesn't have any property to seize, unlike the game.
That's true. Poor thing. I mean, I think she really thought that, 50 Cent, this is a mark. It's going to be easy money. He's just going to settle. No. Mr. Petty himself. I just want to see, did Lil' Kim say anything? Did she respond? Yeah, I mean, she just saying, you're so obsessed with me. This is getting creepy. You falling off. I'm too bad and too fly in this video. You reaching. She said, hashtag get off my pussy, Curtis. Why do I feel like I'm in a lesbian quarrel? Didn't know I had a girlfriend named Curtis. Somebody crushing hard. Don't forget to pre-order my book, Memoirs of Lil' Kim the Queen Bee, period.
Well, at least she turned it into full free press and promo.
Yeah. 50 Cent needs therapy on why he likes to chastise and ridicule Black women.
And he needs therapy for not being able to have a successful relationship with his children.
And speaking of which...
Is there something interfering with your happiness or is preventing you from achieving your goals? I know I've definitely had problems with showing up for myself, and BetterHelp has helped me with that. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional therapy done securely online. There's a broad range of expertise available, which may not be locally available in many areas. The service is available for clients worldwide. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your therapist. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions, so you won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room as with traditional therapy.
BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches so they make it easy and free to change therapists if needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline therapy, and financial aid is available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. Visit their website and read their testimonials that are posted daily. Visit betterhelp.com/roast, that's better HELP, and join the over 2 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they're recruiting additional therapists in all 50 states. Special offer for our Pop Roast listeners, you get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/roast. So I would love to pick your brain as a comedian on your thoughts of this Dave Chappelle drama that's been going on all week. Now, I saw the clip and it was 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And, you know, I'm all for offensive comedy. I just came from Bianca Del Rio's show last night. And if someone sat through that, then you know there's a fine line of comedy and where it goes into like offensive. So with Dave Chappelle, like, I was okay at first with it, but then hearing the trans jokes, it just made me uncomfortable, especially because I know trans people. I know the plight of trans people as well. And then first, he kind of contradicted himself. He said that, you know, trans women are women, but then he compared a transgender woman's genitals to a Impossible Burger as regards to comparing it to a real woman's genitals. So it was cringe to me. It really was. And then he kept going like, oh, it's not blood, it's beet juice. Like, it just wasn't landed for me. It wasn't landed for me. But a lot of people were telling me there's context and I have to watch the whole show. But if trans people says it's offensive, it's offensive. Like, we don't want white people telling us like what to be mad about. So yeah, respect trans people, in my opinion.
I feel like Dave Chappelle has some great points at times, but he's beginning to get on his Wendy Williams, where you've been rich too long and you've been famous for too long to really be able to communicate with people that are just regular every day, because you start thinking that you can say this stupid shit and it's funny. It's not. It's not. Calling their genitals an Impossible Burger isn't funny. And also just the genital obsession.
He also said gender is a fact. And, you know, they had a lot of straight people co-signing this. And that would give someone ignorant the justification of their hate of trans women. And trans women, like, especially Black trans women, are dying. It's not a joke.
In comedy, that's called punching down. Like, trans women already have to go through enough. Like, there's no way to make fun of it like we can make fun of, let's say, rich white people, because that's punching up. I don't even know why he needs to talk about trans issues. Like, can't you make fun of something else? You're supposed to be one of the best comedians of our time. Of all the things you could talk about, why do you need to talk about transgender people?
And people were saying that, oh, he was talking about everybody, but it just still didn't land to me. It really made me uncomfortable. And I've heard of a lot of offensive humor, but it just wasn't funny. I'm just like,
And I would say what he said, oh, DaBaby, I think DaBaby or one of the new rappers, he's like, they shot and killed, you know, a Black man, and that life is not being valued. But oh my goodness, he said something about gay people and it was a big issue. The guy that he shot in Walmart was coming for him and his family. This isn't gay people just living their lives, minding their business. Like, the person that DaBaby shot was after him, which is why he got away with it, because it was self-defense. I didn't like that he was comparing something that was self-defense to, oh, he, went after gay people who were just minding their business, living their lives, not bothering anybody. And that's such an issue, and our lives have more value. It's like, no, that's not the case.
And then when you talk about gay people, you're not just talking about Black gay people. You're talking about white gays, Asian gays, lesbians. It's extending beyond race and gender. So it's a whole bunch of people than you shooting a Black person. And it really sucks that in our community, we don't really, well, some of us, you know what I'm saying? It could be a Black person or Black gay people, they don't care. Once it's a white person being say with missing girls or whatever, if it's a Black woman, no one cares. But when it's, a white woman, it's news.
I like that Gabby girl who ended up going missing, and then they're looking for the boyfriend, and with Black trans women, nobody's looking for their murderers.
But people are up in arms about it. At Netflix, they're going to have a walkout on October 20th, trans people that work at Netflix. And it's crazy because I think, what's her name? Janet Mock, doesn't she have a deal with Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
And then Laverne Cox is associated with Netflix too. I don't want the special pulled because that's a whole freedom of speech issue. But at least
Well, now here's the thing with freedom of speech. This isn't about freedom of speech. It's freedom of commerce. Because no one's stopping Dave Chappelle from saying whatever he wants. They're just saying, we may not be paying you for this anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like Dave, and I'm not going to cancel him, but I just expect more from him,
I was expecting more from him too.
Because he did an LGBT joke on his last special, and I understood it. It was actually pretty funny, So with this one, I was just like, wow, we talking about, gender as a fact, and it just sounded really transphobic.
It's that last gasp thinking of, when men were men and masculinity, and we weren't expressing gender as we are now because gender can be fluid. And we're finally now saying, well, who did write these rules and why are we following them? But it's sad to me that Dave is going back to that very 1950s mentality. That's what I hear when I hear him talk like that. It's that's very 1950s, very women are women, men are men, and I rule the roost.
Yeah, it's very divisive right now. You have a lot of people saying, I'm not going to cancel Dave. I mean, canceling, period. I mean, no one really gets canceled. If you have support behind you, you won't be canceled. No.
Katy Perry got canceled. She came out with Witness and nobody watched.
Well, that was more so because the music was just terrible, and Dula Peep took her spot. It's like a new pop supreme. She loses her powers and someone else takes them.
The new pop supreme. No, I don't think Dave will be canceled. I just think that maybe he shouldn't talk about topics that he's not that educated on.
And I'm just tired of the trans person that comes up all the time with him is Caitlyn Jenner. Trans people don't even fuck with Caitlyn Jenner like that. I mean, I get it. Remember we were talking about her, and I said, I can talk about Caitlyn Jenner without going in a transphobic area.
Exactly. We can talk about the politics.
Right. I can talk about her ugly face, how her family does not love her, how no one will ever love her.
That's the sad truth.
Yeah. And speaking of comedians, Yvonne Orji, or as we know, Molly from Insecure, a fan came out as an experience, they were talking about on Twitter, who was the meanest celebrity you ever met? And they mentioned her. I'm like, no shade to her, but she's not even A-list. She's she's a good.
You're not famous enough to have that kind of attitude.
Right. This is what the girl did. Basically, she said that Yvonne was about to have a speech at a women's empowerment conference, and she asked her for a picture. And she said no. And she's like, okay, I respect her privacy, moved on, and she took her seat in the front row. I would say if I'm in the front row at a women's conference, and what's the big deal of taking a picture with somebody?
Especially like, it's one thing if you're running into somebody at a restaurant and you're like, no, I'm not on camera right now. I'm not working right now. But if you're at a women's empowerment function, you're there as a public persona. You're paid to be there. So I don't get that either. It's like you're clearly taking pictures already.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask, how do you feel like if someone like a fan, they asked you for a picture? I will never turn down a fan.
I'm so grateful. Like I'm like, I can't believe I'm getting asked for a picture.
Like the fans are paying your bills. The fans
exactly. So I'm like, no, come on, let's take a picture. I'm the one that'll tell you to take a picture. I actually ran into a viewer of the show the other day, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe you like my art. Like, let's take a picture. Like, I'm happy to see you.
Right. Like someone said, oh yeah, I saw you, but you look like you were in your head. I'm always in my head when I'm walking around the city. I am. Approach me. I will not, be angry at all. I'm extremely flattered when someone comes up to me and says, oh, I love Pop Rose, I love your channel, etc. Please. She went on stage, Yvonne Orji, she was telling her speech, and she was saying, I only got to where I got because I never took no for an answer. And then she gestured over to the girl and said, that girl wanted a picture with me, but I said no. And if she was more intentional about what she wants, maybe she would have had her pick in front of everybody.
Now so basically you're saying, oh, be a pushy fan or sneak and take a picture. Like the lady asked you, I'd like to take a picture with you. You said no, she respected you. And then you're going to embarrass her?
Right, I would feel
like there's no, there's no way to not take no for an answer. And also by saying that, you're really telling people, oh, don't respect my boundaries.
Right, and it was just ironic, her saying that she don't like the word no, and she told a fan no to taking a picture with her. And everybody can't stand Molly already, the character. So girl, don't give people reasons to not like you.
Or don't give people a reason to just like come up and start filming you. Because then they're going to say, well, you said don't take no for an answer, so we're on camera now, whether you like it or not.
So it got a lot of hits, and Yvonne Orji actually responded to the girl. She said, hey, Crystal, I'm saddened that's how you left the event feeling after an encounter with me. Truly wasn't my intention to make you feel anything less than the beautiful woman you are. The fans weren't, people on Twitter weren't happy with her response.
It feels very PR. Like, I don't think that was her response. That was her PR team trying to save her burgeoning career. And again, you aren't famous enough for this kind of attitude or these kind of antics. Like, your show is ending. We don't know if you're going to get cast in something again. You could be a one series wonder.
Well, she does have a comedy special coming out. Like, her first one, I think, did well. And I think she's in some movies, not a starring role, but, supporting.
I think she's in that movie that's coming out on Hulu, Wedding Crashers, or Vacation Friends. But it's like, girl, you are not solidified enough to have that kind of attitude. In 3 years, you might be really hoping somebody wants to take a picture with you.
2 words. Katherine Heigl.
Ooh. Now that was canceled. Now that they canceled Katherine Heigl. Well, she canceled herself.
Right.
That was, she really thought her shit didn't stink.
Right. So these were just 2 comments on her apology, because I just thought they were funny. One person said, the girl ain't even say she felt less than beautiful. She just said you were rude when she met you. Now you're telling her she must have felt ugly. And then another person said, this is how FedEx messages me when my package is missing. I still like her. Hopefully, a lot of people say don't ever meet your faves because you will be very disappointed.
Except for us, because we're lovely.
Exactly.
Well, we're very grateful.
I know I am. Shit.
I'm like, somebody wants to take a picture with me. I can't believe it. I love the movie Jurassic World. However, it's not available on Netflix in America. But with ExpressVPN, you can still watch it. Netflix and your other favorite streaming services have a whole lot of content that just isn't available in the US. Watching Netflix without ExpressVPN is like paying for a gym membership, but you're only able to use the treadmill. ExpressVPN lets you change your online location so you can have access to more movies like Pulp Fiction, Jurassic World, and Spirited Away. They have almost 100 different server locations, so you can gain access to thousands of new shows. This works with many other streaming services too, like BBC iPlayer, YouTube, and more. I've really enjoyed the freedom of ExpressVPN unlocking all of these new shows for me. All you have to do is open the app, select the location, and one tap will connect you to all of the content that you want.
So why should you choose ExpressVPN over other VPNs? Well, for one thing, it's extremely fast, streaming in HD with zero buffering, and you can use it with all your devices, the phone, laptop, media consoles, smart TVs, and more. It also encrypts your data so you can have the peace of mind of browsing the web securely. So be smart. Stop paying full price for streaming services and only getting access to a fraction of their content. Get your money's worth at expressvpn.com/roast. Don't forget to use our link at expressvpn.com/roast to get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Let's talk about Beverly Hills. Did you see the reunion part 1?
I did not because my TV messed up.
Ooh.
I was very upset. My whole cable box rebooted Thursday morning, and I was looking forward to watching the reunion. And then I'm just clicking, and it's like, wait, nothing's recorded. Like nothing was recorded. Wow. And I called Xfinity and gave them a thorough cussing out. Okay. Called them everything but a child of God.
Oh, I noticed that because I was like, why isn't the Hulu working? It was something that wasn't working. One of your streaming platforms I use. Maybe that was it. I'll just give you some highlights. I will say after seeing part 1, I'm like, okay, 4 parts might be warranted. One thing that stood out, Andy Cohen, he understood the assignment. He didn't pull back any punches, but one thing no one called her out on, she said alleged victims and Tom's alleged misdoings. I was like, he did that. He did that, Rashida. Like he stole from those people. And no one said anything. So I don't think she still does not give a fuck about the victims. Also, the yelling at Garcelle. Garcelle actually, she was classy, and yeah, Dorit's mentions were in shambles after that reunion. A lot of people were mad that Garcelle didn't stick up for herself.
Well, Garcelle knows that as a Black woman, if she sticks up for herself, then she's the angry Black woman. And she's like, I'm not going to give you the power of that narrative. So I'll let the court of public opinion tear your ass up, Chip Heffer.
And make sure you watch What Happens Live because Garcelle was on there and she acknowledged that. She said she still didn't apologize for yelling at me and that will never happen again.
Ooh.
She used the fingers too. I was just like, please can we have this Haitian woman I wanted Dorit to be checked because she needed to know what time it was. I don't want to spoil something else that happened. Like Garcelle made an accusation about Lisa Rinna about race.
You can spoil it now. You can spoil it now.
She said, I heard from somebody that you said that she had a problem with Garcelle bringing up race on the show, that this isn't that kind of show.
They all have a problem with race being brought up because it makes them uncomfortable. I mean, we saw how Sutton was the second Crystal brought up race. Oh, do you not see color?
Oh, you were right about Crystal too. She backstabbed Garcelle.
How did she backstab Garcelle? She didn't have a plot line.
They were all tag teaming on Garcelle. It was Erica, Lisa, and Dorit against Garcelle. It was triggering. I was
Wait,
angry.
how are we all against Garcelle when Garcelle didn't do anything to anybody this season? Now, I could see Erica being upset with Garcelle and Sutton because they were asking the real questions. So I could see that, although I do think that Erica needs to apologize to Garcelle for yelling at her and never really apologized, just kind of swept it under the rug how she did with Sutton.
But yeah, it was 3 against 1 because Erica was defending Lisa Rinna. Lisa Rinna was defending Dorit. And then Dorit and Erica were both they were affirming what Lisa Rinna was saying to Garcelle. And it was just damn, can Sutton speak up or something? I know Garcelle can speak for herself, but Garcelle didn't have nobody speaking up for her.
And she said that. She said, that's why she doesn't feel included in the group because nobody ever has her back.
Right. I want to tell you so much more, but Sutton didn't really have a starring role in this. They did touch on her a little bit. She moved out of Kyle's house. Her boyfriend broke up with her on Valentine's Day.
I don't know what's uglier, that fact or her dresses.
Yeah, it was. But
and I want to say I'm sad that her boyfriend broke up with her on Valentine's Day. And I am.
And her husband broke up with her around her birthday.
Well, she got him back because she took him to the cleaners.
Yes. And did you hear the tea on what she got?
No.
Yeah, so this came out. This is allegedly, but it was reported that Sunstrack walked away with a staggering $300,000 in spousal support each month, plus $1.2 million in cash. The couple's Los Angeles home, their Augusta home, an apartment in Venice, Italy, and that's not it. That is the tip of the iceberg. She also pocketed a couple of vehicles, a Vespa, partial ownership of 2 minor league baseball teams, a 44% stake in a lumber company, countless investment shares in the Amex reward points. She took him to the cleaners. She got blindsided on her birthday, but ooh,
she woke up that next morning and said, "I will see the light."
And this is why Erica Jane is so jealous of her. She's not getting a red cent from Tom. 21 years and nothing. Nothing. Zilch.
Ain't got shit to show.
Could you imagine, if I read this and I was Erica Jane, I would have been like that white woman who tears her curtains down. Could you imagine? Right.
I mean, I couldn't imagine, but then again, my husband will be dead in 18 months. That's why I'm like life insurance.
$300,000 a month.
A month. How do you even blow through that kind of money?
I mean, you saw she got the Bentley.
Yeah.
Easily.
That is, let's see, 3 times 12. That's $3,600,000 a year.
3.6 million.
A year. How much is he making where he can give $300,000 a month? That is the technical definition of it's cheaper to keep her. $300,000 a month. I'll stay married to your ass. I need pussy for $300,000 a month. Hell, I'd do it for $150,000.
Hey.
I mean, I would not leave you. If I got to pay that, oh no, we staying together.
Yeah, I might have to dabble in some vagina too.
$300,000 a month. Yeah, we ain't getting divorced. There's no divorce on that one. If I made enough money where I had to pay you $150,000, nope, we're just staying together. You do whatever you want to do. We're just staying together. That's why Will and Jada stayed together, because Will was like, I'm not about to break you off that much money.
Oh, yeah, because they were together when he was at his peak.
So he would have been paying $500,000 a month too. He said, no, you can just go on and have August. I'll let him in the house for $500,000 a month. It's a lot cheaper.
She was seen with Dwayne Martin recently.
Well, you know how hags are.
Huh.
They were just sissying around Los Angeles.
There was some woman, like someone that was really rich, who got took to the cleaners. I mean, was it Kelly Clarkson or like she was paying spousal support? I can't
Kelly
remember.
Clarkson's, now I know Kelly's been going through a messy divorce and her husband has been trying to run her pockets, but the courts have been pretty much blocking him at each turn because he wanted their ranch in Montana.
But the last news from Beverly Hills is Bravo is being subpoenaed for all the unused footage in The Housewives for that season involving Erica.
Now that's interesting because what would that footage prove? Like, okay, we know she's been flaunting her wealth, but she's been doing that for the past several seasons. So what's so special about this season? Or maybe they think she might have said something that could incriminate herself, which is also why she keeps saying everything is alleged, 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 because I do think she's afraid of other people at the firm coming after her. If she says, oh yeah, he did this, because then it would also implicate some other people and they could come after her.
Speaking of
for
that,
the 2 cents she's getting from Bravo. I bet she's happy for that little check.
Oh, right. And Andy brought it up. It was one of his first questions. He said, how does it feel not relying on Tom Girardi's money anymore and this being your job? That was the first question. So yeah, really great reunion, part 1.
Damn, not relying on Tom's money anymore, and this is your job. And the truth is, it wasn't even Tom's money.
Exactly. So did we talk about Nicki Minaj? She's in the news again, unfortunately, about defending that girl from Little Mix because she was blackfishing in her video. We didn't talk about that, did we, last week?
No.
Yeah, so this girl from Little Mix, like there used to be 4 of them. Have you heard of them?
I've heard of them, but I've never heard their music.
They look like Bratz dolls for some reason. But yeah.
Oh, the big-headed heifers.
Yeah. One of them left the group, so they're now a threesome. And the one, she did a solo song. It features Nicki Minaj, and it uses that Diddy song beat. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going no. Yeah, that. The video itself, I can only get through the first minute before I cut it off. Like, she's clearly tanning her skin more than Ariana Grande.
That's a lot of tanning.
Yeah. She had, like, the blonde braids, like in cornrow styles. She's like,
oh God, like Christina Aguilera in Dirty.
A little bit. She was surrounded by black men, and she's like riding on the bikes and look like she in the hood. She's wearing a Hawks jersey dress, something like that. It was. But I was like, does she even know what team the Hawks played for? Probably not. This British white woman. Like
I don't know what sport the Hawks play, and I live here.
Basketball.
Is it soccer?
Basketball in your favorite city of Atlanta. It's an Atlanta basketball team.
That's why I didn't know. If you've listened to the show, you know that we are obsessed with Best Fiends.
Look, we bring it up all the time in our reviews. Like, if we see a boring scene, Best Fiends.
It is my favorite match 3 style game. And actually, you match a lot more than 3. You've got so many different characters to play with and so many different puzzles to solve. Each board is a new and exciting experience. You start out with baby fiends and then you evolve them into big bad fiends, and they help you solve all different types of puzzles. Sometimes you need the red monster with the big blow up bomb, and sometimes you need the blue monster that gives you some extra lives. It is an action-packed and brain-boosting game rolled into one with new levels every time. I'm at level 2057. If you'd like to play along with me, my friend's code is 2025877. and I'm on level 2057. So come on and catch up with me.
And I love that there's always a fresh challenge waiting for me whenever I need a mental pick-me-up or I'm watching any scene involving Robin Dixon. So make sure you download Best Fiends. It's 100 million downloads and counting. Download Best Fiends free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's Friends without the R, Best Fiends. But yeah, like Nicki was coming to her defense, of course. And I'm just like, why does she keep...
Are the Charlotte Hornets still a team?
No, they were sold to New Orleans. So they were the New Orleans Hornets.
You know, that's interesting because I was seeing a bunch of throwback pictures. And if you had the Charlotte Hornets jacket, it was like, oh, you're from the 90s. And I was like, yeah, I remember everybody having those jackets. And I was like, well, whatever happened to the team, though?
The starter jackets. Oh, my God. Oof.
Ooh, that's what they were called, starter jackets.
People in New Orleans were killed on the regular for those. I remember that. It was a whole thing.
I remember that, and that's why my mom would not get me one, because she's like, you're going to lose it or somebody's going to steal it.
Right.
That's also why I had to wear Reeboks, because one kid got killed over Nikes and I could never wear them.
It was like, if you wore those, it's like, rob me. Like, it was like just wearing that on your chest. But yeah, the Nicki Minaj is featured on the song. Of course, the song was #1 on iTunes for like 10 minutes, and now it's completely off the charts. Completely. Like, all this, like, she keeps aligning herself with just such problematic people. Her defense of it was, oh, well, you know, you have Black women wearing blonde hair. Like, no. Like, you can't just put on a culture and then benefit from it, make money from it, when you don't even know anything about it.
She really said, well, Black women are wearing blonde hair, so that's why I can... who is managing her? Because it has been nothing but like 3 years of fuck-ups.
And she actually came after the Black girl in Lil Mix, the actual Black girl in the group, for coming after the girl Jesy. I'm like, really, Nicki? I don't know. Like, she was on live actually a couple nights ago, and she was bringing her barbs on. Let's just say they look like barbs. Every person, it was like the secondhand embarrassment of it all. She's really flailing.
I think she's flailing because she never grew up. Like, she's been in this, you know, perpetual 23 to 26 era of her life. And it's like, you're not growing up.
I wouldn't even say that. I think she's just surrounded by yes people. And people are afraid to tell her no or tell her that, oh, this isn't a good idea. And remember, I told you the tea, like, she's not a nice person. She's like telling people, oh, I might need an assistant. Do not work for Nicki Minaj. And I'm telling this to the barbs too. You will hate her.
I believe that.
She makes Miranda Priestly look like easy to work for.
No, she can't be that bad.
I think she is.
Miranda Priestly is fictional.
But let's get to another moron. Too Short is in the news for his colorist statements. This is what he says. So he had to apologize, but it was a clip of him saying that he would prefer mixed women because Black and white people, mixed children, are just much better looking. It sounds terrible, right?
He really said that out loud.
He said he was talking about the beauty of mixed race babies, revealing that he only fell in love with mixed race women throughout his life. Here's some quotes, because it gets worse. Mixed heritage women have always been my favorite. I don't think I've ever fallen in love with a woman that wasn't mixed. I feel that way about life too. You can take the two ugliest motherfuckers from different races and they fuck and make a baby. That baby just be beautiful.
Well, I mean, maybe he just identifies as one of the ugly motherfuckers.
Exactly. Like, look, it's always somebody that looks like, it's always somebody that looks like this with an opinion like that.
Oh my God. I forgot how ugly he was. I knew he was ugly, but damn, that was a vivid reminder.
He looks like a mistake.
Ooh. And then also, sir, you're not mixed. You're not anywhere near mixed. Your mama ain't mixed. So what is this?
Like they always are after like white adjacent women.
White adjacent, that's true.
Like either white women or white adjacent. Kind of like Tyga. And look where he is. Like he had like what was it? He had to pay $500,000 in bail because this woman, he was hitting her. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, this white girl he was talking to put him on Front Street and they arrested him. He gave her a black eye.
Well, then he should be arrested.
But yeah, Sweetie was like, it was really hard for her to be in that moment because this is the guy, like, she used his song, the Tap In song. So she was trying to remain respectful, but she was just like, all black women are beautiful. Black women, period, are beautiful. She did the most she could do while still being respectful. So Sharon Osbourne, she keeps talking. She said that CBS made Cheryl Underwood take anger management classes.
But Cheryl wasn't the issue. That is like beyond peak racism, telling the black woman, oh, you need anger management. Oh. So CBS ain't shit.
Right. And she was talking to Megyn Kelly, that racist bitch, talking about like, she had 3 complaints about her from different producers about the way she treated them. So they sent her to anger management. She brought that up to make a point saying that like, oh, it's all right to treat producers that way, but I can't say anything to a co-host.
Sharon, we're sick of you. Take your happy butt back to Great Britain. Just go back across the pond. Just go. It's time to deport you and your whole family. Your bad-eating husband, your racist daughter, because remember her daughter said some shit too. Didn't she say something about Patchouli and Zendaya? Or no, that was that other thin, big-headed white woman, Juliana something, the one who looks like a praying mantis.
Yeah, Juliana Rancid. She was talking about on The View where Hispanic people were cleaning toilets for Donald Trump.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, we knew what she meant, but oh my God, that was not it. And she was like so proud saying that too. Yeah, Sharon Osbourne, she needs to take her ass somewhere. Like you got paid to leave. Stop talking about it. Tell me, Cheryl. I had to do it one time, just one time.
And speaking of raw,
the reunion looks, they came out this morning. And there's a pink theme. And I gotta say already, like, I'm just glad that it's much better than the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It's much better.
I've noticed the Housewives of Beverly Hills never try at the reunion, but they'll serve looks all through the season. Like they will all have a moment in the season where it's like, okay, you tried. But some of these are failures.
Whose dress stands out to you as the best?
Karen Huger, I have to say, especially for in her 60s, she's looking younger. Like she's got Benjamin Button syndrome. Like she is stunning in this. She is really giving us, she's giving legs, she is giving thighs, she's giving waist.
Wow.
Now the ugliest dress is a tie between Gabrissi and Rob Dixon. I mean, Rob didn't even complete the assignment. Everybody's in pink, she's in champagne, and it's just kind of hanging off the side, giving that Nene Leakes cold shoulder. I honestly think I look better in my robe than she does with this cold shoulder dress.
So I just looked at you, please stop. Are you gonna do the rest of the show like that?
A cold Nene shoulder. I am very rich, bitch. You need to get with the right team.
They all look decent, I gotta say. Like, I don't really have that bad. I don't really have that much to say bad about any of these looks, but I think I love Mia's dress. Like it fits. Like the fit is amazing.
Mia's dress looks like polyps.
Well, I didn't even realize those little things on the side. I thought that was just the couch in the background.
Oh, I thought that was the couch in the background too. I was talking about the red spots.
Oh, it was
It just to me it looks like she's just got sores all over her body.
It was giving Vegas to me, and then the face and the hair is just right. Like they brought it this season because last season with that canary yellow theme, it was.
Oh, that was terrible. That Easter theme was terrible. I like Alaska's dress. I like Alaska's look. I think people call her a Scala, but I call her Alaska.
Yeah, she looks good.
Ashley, not Ashley.
The dress isn't my favorite though, but it's decent.
I feel like that's good for her first reunion. Now, Candace, at least you don't have a giant bow on this year because she always loves to wear a big bow dress to the reunion. But this bob just isn't doing it for me.
Yeah, I'm glad she don't have those feather heels, but what's with the shoes? Like zoom in on the shoes. That duckbill front.
Oh, well, no, that's the new trend. The new trend is these are like the Rihanna shoes. Like they love to have like the flat.
Oh, okay. Look.
I've been seeing that with like all of the new shoes. Rihanna was like one of the ones who started it with her Fenty line, but everybody has been like, oh, we're going to have these blunt front shoes.
So with Candace, like the dress is okay, but everything from the clavicle up is kind of bothering me. Like I felt like it could have been more severe, like the hair or the makeup or something. Like something is missing. Like she looks plain.
She always looks plain. What's missing is poise and charisma. That's what's missing.
And speaking of that, Robin, like she looks pretty, but it just looks basic. Like, and this isn't pink. I guess they was looking for champagne and pink. Maybe that was the theme, champagne and pink.
I hate her dress.
I hate her makeup.
And her hair. I mean, if she would just, I liked it when she actually had like the shortcut and the updo, like that worked with her lesbian features. And I think that she needs to just embrace that.
Now, speaking of champagne, like it looks like, I feel like 4 of them, let me see. Okay, so it looks like 4 women chose pink and then the other ones chose like in the champagne type pinkish color. Wendy, I like what she's wearing, but I feel like I saw this before.
Wendy will stick to a similar silhouette. This reminds me of that yellow dress that she had on. And right. So basically it's just the same dress, different shade. But let's get into Gabrice and Gabrici's garish garment.
I don't mind this, actually. This is way better than last year. I mean, the jewelry's right. The makeup's right. I don't mind the hair. It's safe for me. It's a safe Giselle look where it's not bad.
I will say she looks better here than she did at BravoCon. So I guess that's a step up.
You're going to keep bringing that up.
Yeah, I can't get, that image was burned into my head.
So let's get the...
Her in that Mortal Kombat.
All she was missing, y'all, was a fan.
For real.
And last we have Ashley, who I think is a step above Robin and Candace. So I like the dress. It's a little basic. I mean, I like her hair. She looks good. Like it's just enough. It's on the same level as I'm about to say Garcelle. It's the same as Giselle. It's on the same level as Giselle. Where I like it's safe, it's cute.
I like the dress because it's really showing off her body. Like it's giving all of the hip, all of the curve, the breasts are sitting up and they're doing what they're supposed to do. I am pleased with it. And I think that the hair could have popped more, but I'm gonna let the look pass.
So overall, I would give this like all the ladies together, I give this like a B+. A B+. almost an A minus. Like,
I'm gonna give it a C. Well, here's the thing. Real Housewives of Atlanta, when they did that photo, when they were in the black and navy, you've got to get there. We need them to get there.
Down. Oh my God, that will go down as the best photo of all the franchise. Everybody looked good. Everybody.
I mean, they're all stunning women, but that was a moment where we really got to see everybody at their best. Even Nene. I can't fuck with Nene in that photo. Girl, you did that.
They all looked like just regal.
I mean, they all looked regal. They were truly giving us queen.
Even Candy. That's the person. Even Candy. That's the even right there. But yes.
How did I forget how much Candy will fuck up a look? All that money and she just, can't get them looks together. But even Candy.
So I'm going to close it out with just my rankings. So I would say worst for me, it's almost like a tie between Robin and Candace. And then after that, I would say then Ashley, then Escala, then Wendy. Oh, wait. Sorry, I forgot Giselle. Ashley, then Giselle, then Escala, then Wendy. And it's a tie for best dress for me between Karen and Mia.
Karen is best dressed for me, and Mia looks like she has polyps.
Mia is the worst dress?
Well, no, Rob is always the worst dressed. And then Rob and Gabrisi are tied for worst, but they're always tied for worst with me. That's like saying, the air has oxygen and the sky is blue. They're always going to be my bottom two. But Karen is number one, and Mia, the dress just looks like you've got sores.
It's okay. I mean, it gives Vegas to me, but hey. I really hope that's the couch in the background and not like a part of her dress.
I hope that's the couch in the background too, because otherwise that would be very uncomfortable when she tries to sit back.
But yeah, y'all, that is our look review. Please let us know in the comments of who is y'all's best and worst dressed.
Well, I'll see you sooner than Rob Dixon's taste.
And I'll see you sooner than Sutton's next $300,000 check.